It's like I don't I don't want to try to sound profound or nothing like that, man. It's bruh. Boy, look at this. This thing look like I got a Vegeta whole hairline thing getting ready. No, I just took my helmet off. I'm riding a bike from work, but that's gonna be distracting. Uh, but no, I'm not trying to be all profound or nothing. But you hear it all the time. You don't want to let things get in your way. Like for me, I'm only speaking from experience. Uh, there's a bunch of roadblocks. There's a bunch of speed bumps. There's a bunch of doors. There's a bunch of walls. There's anything, any obstacle, anything that can block you. Is just it can and more than likely will happen in your life. You don't want it to, but you have to be as best prepared as you possibly can. Because as a man, it is not. I'm gonna tell you right now, the optics of it just looks like you don't have anything under control. It looks like everything is just running past you, over you, through you, and you can't control anything. You can't fix anything. But low key, you're only doing what you can basically at this point, which is you gotta let it all go, and you gotta start from the bottom. And there's there's no way for me to just say it, but a lot of us pretty much start from the bottom all the time. You know, I don't have to explain the reasons or why, but starting from the bottom is usually like the hardest thing. And I think that's what a lot of people are afraid of is starting from that bottom, having to build back up again. Because once you go to making a certain amount of money, you never want to go back down again, like literally. And I've done it already a couple of times, and it hurts. It hurts the pockets like hell. I mean, it happened a couple of times already, to where hell, I even feel like my bank account or accounts will be like, bro, like as if they're like people and like, yo, what the heck is going on? Like, why you slipping? That's what it feels like. Because being as a guy, that's how people come at you all the time. Like whenever you are down, people are coming at you like, why you slipping? And I don't like to say that it's anybody else's fault, but things were literally out of my hands many times. Even when I try to take control and wrangle things in or reel things in, it just seems to slip away from my hands, and it seems to be too far from my grasp to even do anything about it. You know, and a lot of times, other people's words, I'm not gonna say don't mean anything, but it's like the whole Charlie Brown thing, man. Womp 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 womp. I don't hear you, man. I don't hear you. And even if I hear you, your voice turns into my voice. So then I internalize all that, and basically whatever you say, I say it 10 times worse to myself. And I'm saying that to say that I know I'm not the only one that's doing that. So, because like a lot of things have been happening where it makes me feel like, am I crazy? I know I'm not crazy. Like I know I'm not crazy. I'm doing everything I can to beat all these obstacles, but they just keep getting in the way. Right now, I'm hoping I don't get sick because man, I just came from out there. I didn't have on a face mask or any type of mask at all to block the airflow. So tonight I'm gonna turn in early, take my vitamins, get the protein drink, both of them. Take take a hot shower, hot steaming shower, and then drink lots of water. Because I'm eating as healthy as I possibly can, anyways. Because at this rate, there's nothing I can do about it. I have to. I have to work hard. I have to work hard. I have to eat hard. Eat hard. Pause on that because that ain't made no sense. Or not. Never mind that. I have to eat healthy. I have to work hard. So, yeah. And it's not like I'm not trying to boast or nothing, but I have been getting healthier. Even though it doesn't sound like it right now, because clearly outside is whooping my ass. But been getting healthier. Head has been a lot clearer, less foggy. Despite the way I sound, I have been getting more of the fresh air, especially since I had the bike too. Besides the walking that I did before, but like the longest I've been out there was like 3:45, 3 hours and 45 minutes walking home, and it was cold too. The fastest I did was like 3 hours and 20 minutes of walking, and then riding the bike. It's I got off at 3. What time did I get here? So yeah, about an hour and a couple minutes, depending. Which that route that I just did is not that bad. As I said before, it's the route that I normally take with walking, but it's that one steep hill. So it's just, honestly, this is that one. There's other little hills in there that I can overcome over time, so I can use those as a benchmark to see how fit I've become with riding the bike, because I'm able to go up the hills. Like that one that I did once I started off, that very first one, that's a killer hill. That's a killer hill, okay? And that's the start. So that's like automatically breaking the legs in for the ride. Because once you get up there, it's like a slow ride to the sidewalk. Then, yeah, slow ride to the sidewalk, and you ride through the sidewalk to that one light. Then I head down the road and I'm on my way. So pretty much at that point, I'm kind of not necessarily coasting, but just letting the legs warm up at that point. But then that's like the stretch of it to relax it, I guess. I don't know what I'm saying, man. I'm just trying to explain how it feels physically. But yeah, man. Anyways, work hard. Eat healthy as best as you can. Because when you're struggling, what, and you're broke, and you feel like you have nothing, you feel like, oh, I have nothing. So if you go to your local food banks or pantries, and I've already tried. Honestly, it's just the timing for me. If I had the car working, I would have done it anyways. I'd have sat through all that. But I'm either on foot or on a bike. I'm not gonna just sit there all day and then have to figure out how I'm gonna bring a bunch of stuff with me on a bike. Like, I could use an Uber or Lyft, or it's just gonna be way too much to figure out. But I'll try to figure that out throughout this next week. But yeah, man, just try to get the canned foods. They a lot of them are usually packed with a lot of sodium, right? So you kind of want to dilute some of it, and I don't know, work your recipes with these foods. And being as men, man, like right now, I don't have an oven. All right, I'm using an air fryer and a microwave, and I know that doesn't sound good, but I have like a small conventional oven thing that I'm not using because it's not mine. It's for the property owner. I didn't feel like using it, but I got an air fryer and a microwave, so you can already guess. It's either I'm eating like raw healthy foods, like the fruits and veggies, and yeah, or I use the microwave to nuke up like everything else that's like the grains, the rice, but these and the beans and stuff. But these things have to be already either pre-cooked a little bit or something like that, so that way it's not like waiting an extra long time. So, weird, but yeah, I use these things to help with the cooking. And honestly, I've been doing pretty good. I haven't showed anybody anything yet. I think I took pictures of it before, so I'll have to scramble through my other phone to see what I got in there. Look through it to see what I got. But I'll try to do that. Try to take pictures and videos of what I've made. I'm not necessarily too comfortable with showing my whole surroundings yet because it's a struggle life. I don't people have already lived this type of life. They've already done this type of thing where they lived in certain small spaces. With me, I'll tell people, yeah, it's okay. It's alright. You got to do what you got to do. Everybody understand. But for me personally, it's just I don't know. And it's not to sound like I'm not better than anybody else or nothing like that. It's just everybody does it. You hold yourself to a certain standard, just yourself. All right. It's not like saying that you're better than anybody else. Okay? It's just that you don't want to just put yourself through it. I don't know how to explain it. I just know that people you feel it. Like you don't want to. You can give the people advice, but you don't necessarily go through it, or you don't want to go through it. Because for me, it's like, for example, I don't want to have to go get assistance because I feel like there's people that's worse off than me that need it more than I do. All right, like I'll starve. Uh, sounds bad. I'll starve. I'll do all this type of stuff for somebody else to have it rather than me. All right, so I'll and it sounds weird to say like that, but it's not necessarily that way. It's like I'll be all right. Like, come on, I've not eaten for 24 hours. It's not. I'm not saying that's a good thing, but it's like I know my levels. Okay, like I know how far I can go with certain things. All right, like I've gone days without sleep, and it's not like saying that it's a challenge that everybody should try to do. No, it's just there's certain times where parts of my life where it required for there's those certain amount of times where I just could not get sleep. It's either I could not get sleep or I'm just not able to get the quality rest I need at the time or sleep at all in that amount of time period because I have to do so many things in that short amount of time. Like there were times where I worked. I've had literally like 3 jobs. Bro, I'm talking like work, and I had like a couple of hours to sleep in between. And these are things where I had like a vehicle was working, like everything was working as far as that. I just was low on cash and I was trying to catch up on things. Kind of like now. But now it's not me that just did it to myself, even though I let it come to this point because I still take the blame for myself. Like I let it come to this point. I'm the one who made certain decisions that led me to be with certain people that led me to do certain things. So I take full blame at that point. But certain things that were outside of my hands, out of my control, out of my power, like I literally could it's not my fault, bro. Like it's literally not my fault. I had to come to terms with that. That a lot of the stuff is just not my fault, and I had to live with it. And because a lot of times when things happen, people are like, "What did the man do with them?" And that's why I don't like none of these things when people say certain things because, look, you're taking it personal. Yeah, I kind of am taking it personal because being the type of person that I am, and I know there's a lot of guys like that because I know a lot of guys like that where it's like you doing your own thing and then or you're trying to live your life a certain way, then certain people, women and certain other people are always saying stuff like guys are like this, guys are like that. Then they see you and they know you and they're like, oh, but not you though. Not you. You're different. You're different. I'm like, we've heard these type of things before. All right. And just because you say it, even though it might be true, still is just it rubs people the wrong way. Okay. And then but what can you do? What can you do? All right. what's the best way to say that type of thing to somebody, even though you know they're a good person and they're not like that, but they're part of the same gender? What do you do? What do you do? I got music playing in the background. I hope I don't get striked. I hope they hear it or don't hear it and nothing happens. I don't know, man. I just came from writing, so I'm tired. I didn't feel like turning anything and everything off or on or whatever. I have to eat. I still have my meal from yesterday, which was rice that I seasoned, and I have guacamole, the cherry tomatoes, um, and I had like this. I guess you can say it was a little bit of a sauce that I had made with like the last meal that I had with tuna and beans, like onions, and I kind of left that together for a while because I used most of it, and the rest of it that stayed pretty much turned into like its own sauce, which is honestly delicious. It was delicious because I had that with mashed potatoes. And then yesterday I had it with rice. Amazing. I'm gonna try that again today. Well, something different today. Kind of the same. But yeah. Thanks again for listening. I know I'm pausing. No, I know I rambled. Hopefully it was clear enough. Hopefully I stayed somewhat in not just a topic, but topics. And at some point, one of these videos, I'm gonna have moisturized lips. But I don't know how I think about that. Just don't think negative. It's just my mouth is dry, it's cold, and I don't like doing that all day. I don't like feeling self-conscious, like I'm trying to be LL Cool J over here. Just sometimes I'll be doing it. People be looking at me like, I'm like, nah, man, I'm just my lips, man. My bad. My bad. Oh, well, well, since we're here for this quick second, as you can see, quite a little bit of display. Yeah. Got some Captain America stuff. You already know which kind. Like all the Captain Americas, don't get me wrong, but I'm being a little biased, obviously. I got a couple of other things. I've cleaned up. All right, trying to be more mindful of everything, trying to be less chaotic, trying to be more organized. So I cleaned up, organized a little bit more. I still got quite a bit more things to do, but hopefully I do it a little. I'm very close to being actually just able to just being at certain spots in here and recording, because I'm testing out a few areas. All right, again I said, I tried using the laptop, but it was too like full. I wanted to see if I could do something with that, but not right now. But I'm working on it. Okay, guys. So until next time, Steve out.